Hello and welcome to the show. We are here today on Forza Horizon 4 with another team adventure. We are going racing with some classic sports cars. These are the cars that are categorised in the Classic Sports Car Championship on Horizon 4. They're being built to B class and they have been not allowed to have engine swaps, driveline swaps, so they're all, pretty sure they're all rear-wheel drive. And they're all running on vintage race tyres. So it's a little bit more restrictive in terms of what we could have on the builds. I guess kind of a little bit more period correct in terms of the cars. I'm kind of curious to see how they'll go. Should be, hopefully, some good racing. Not massively horrendously fast racing, but should be some quite good racing. Now, of course, with this team adventure, as we tend to do, the vehicles are going to be tackling a multitude of surfaces. Our first race here is a nice tarmac track. However, they will be going off-road at times. Now, we're all in the same boat when it comes to tyres, but the rest of what you've done with the car is up to you. So some of these are running rally suspension. Mine is, because the wide-body FairLady is very low to the ground, and I figured rally suspension was probably a good idea. Some of them might be going just full-on race job. The little Healy Sprite is mighty quick. That thing has shot its way up from the back. I mean, me and the Healy have actually gone from the back of the field pretty much to the front in the space of one straight. That Healy is ridiculously quick. Oh, I do apologise to the MG. We are almost in trouble there. Not quite. I went for a FairLady. I've built one of these to B class before, admittedly very differently, but I have built one of these to B class before. Was a very good car. Was a good car, most definitely. I'm liking the very wide tyres that it has on offer because of the wide body kit. You can get monstrously sized tyres on it, or compared to the sort of vehicles in this classic sports car category, very wide tyres. It looks like the Skyline leading the way is very quick in a straight line. The Sprite is very good through the corners, does run out of straight line speed a little bit. My FairLady is pretty good overall. There is a Ninetales with a Fiat Dino behind. I thought about building one of them. Never managed to do much good with a Dino. I never really got one of them working, although that's probably just me. The Dino, probably one of the heavier cars, certainly one of the larger cars in this field. That is going to get past me there, and there is nothing I could do about it, annoyingly. We're going to end up sitting on the bumper. Wow, there's 50 points in it. No, don't lose a place to the other FairLady Z. That would not be good, especially not if it looks like our Skyline might be in trouble from that Healy Sprite. Healy has a look, can't do it. Right, we are back ahead now. Unfortunately for... Dino is just going to slaughter us down the straights. We need... Well, that Porsche is looking like it's got some that Porsche has got some serious straight line speed, so that might be able to catch up and join in the fun here. We need some more red team cars towards the front. This circuit is, I say it's an interesting one. Yes, there is a long straight, but this back section is so technical that if you have all straight line speed and no handling, you are in trouble. Skyline is finding that out at the moment. It is in trouble against that Healy Sprite. I'm finding out that trying to get back past the Dino is a pain in the arse. The Healy ran into a little bit too deep. This is going to get busy. I can sense it already. This is going to be a very busy race before the end of it. God damn it. We were having a nice points lead, but we don't anymore. Well, actually, it's quite close. If I can clear... All I need to do is clear one of these. Unfortunately for me, the most likely one to clear is the Dino. And... Go on, move across Skyline. Yes, box it in. We're trying... not quite far enough. We need another place, and we certainly can't afford to lose out to that Dino. We really need to get me past the Dino if we're going to stand a chance here, assuming that the Sprite is going to run away, and I've gone in a bit too fast through the first corner. We could do with both of us back past the Dino, to be honest. Unfortunately, I just don't think it's quite going to happen here. Well, the Fiat ended up in the wall. It's going to come down to the final lap, I suspect, as any good race should at the end of the day. Dino is in the fence. We're going to try to push the Skyline past. Oh, it's all getting very busy now. Yep, now it's a real party going on back here for second place. Skyline is sort of the cork in the bottle. We will get past. Of course, the Skyline's not going to fight us too hard. It wants us running away as best we can here. Unfortunately, it slid out of that far. This Skyline is just all power, which is great and everything, but that is all it's kind of got in its quiver, so to speak. Oh, we can't get enough points, I don't think, because really we either need points gains further back, or we need the skyline up with me trying to take a second and third. It's tantalisingly close, and we had it for a little while, but I don't think it's going to be enough. We will give it everything, and you never know when someone may miss a checkpoint. Hopefully not someone on red team. It is easily done to miss a checkpoint. We have got closer. I think somewhere further back has dropped down the order, which means that I really, really need to find a way past the Dino. Even if I do, it won't be enough. We'll be 100 points the wrong side. We will get up the inside there. I don't think it's going to matter anyway, because I'm pretty sure that Fiat will just outrun me, but we have to give it as good a shot as we can here. Come on, fair lady's edge. All of the speed you can muster out of that final corner. No, I can't do it. I can squeeze them as much as I like across there. It won't matter. The Dino will take the second place. It's not enough points. Oh, we got so close. We got so close. Fantastic race. Absolutely fantastic. Fantastic race. I think we actually slipped down some points at the end there, which was a little bit of a shame. Further back. Bloody hell. As a good start, you know, when you have that as your opening race, it's a good start. I like the Fair Lady's Edge, as I thought I would do. We just could not quite score enough points. So, we saw how our vehicles fared on tarmac. What about when it comes to the dirt? And this is full dirt circuit here, the AMBLESIDE Scramble, a nasty dirt track. You will certainly learn plenty about your vehicles here. Apparently all the fair ladies on our team are up towards the front of the pack. They should be fairly okay. They should be as good as anything else. I don't know why they wouldn't be. I don't know whether the heavier cars might fare a bit better on this surface. We will have to wait and see how things go. I will say from my previous experience with the Fair Lady's Edge, it was a magical car when it came to the Mudkickers Park. I cannot explain why, and no one really knows why. The last time I ran this car, it was unbeatable at the Mudkickers Park in the category it was running. Still have no clue. It wasn't immensely OP every time it went off-road, but Mudkickers, it worked. I haven't included it in this particular adventure. Seems a little cheating. Knowing the cars, well, it was incredibly strong around their previous. As I said, I'm just hoping that we have got a well-built. I feel like it should. It's got very big tyres, which in Forza terms is good off-road. Yeah, quite what happens in real life. Not so important to Horizon 4 logics. Just big tyres. Big tyres are good in Horizon 4 logics, and we are going to lead this first lap. Now, the good news for me is it does look like some of the other quick cars are a bit buried in the pack. If we can keep... I think there's an Austin... there's an Austin in second. If that could lose out to our Porsche, I think Nico's driving a Porsche. If that could lose out to that fairly sharpish. Oh, no, now Ninetales is up there. I don't want... Ninetales behind you is always a terrifying thing. Yeah, okay, so that's probably not going to be too long until I have a Fiat for company. Bugger. We have not got enough points going on further back. I was hoping our cars were going to come good here. I don't know if there's an Aston Martin on our team. I don't think that one's particularly working in this category, sadly. It does seem to have not had it. It wasn't particularly great at the tarmac track. Admittedly, it's going to be the most powerful car in the field and probably want longer straights, which it won't get. Certainly not around here. We do seem to be... Oh, Ninetales has plummeted down the order. Suggests maybe a missed checkpoint. That is something that can happen around, certainly around this circuit. I don't know quite which one, because Ninetales was behind us here and isn't anymore. Possibly it's normally turn 2, turn 3 area where you miss a checkpoint. Unlikely, unless Ninetales hit the tree. The tree has claimed a few victims, me included from time to time here. That tree there on the left-hand side, if you get a bit greedy and you jump too much to the left, yep, that will claim a victim and ruin your day, pretty much. We're again at this point where we need one position. I'm doing everything we can in the Fair Lady, and it is working well out here. This is working very well indeed out here, which I am glad to see. But we need one more position. There only so much That's my vehicle that I can score in terms of points. Where are they going to come from? I'm trying to look at them. There are groups of cars. This is kind of the fun with the team adventures. You know, even if you have a car that's not working at a certain circuit or something, a battle over 10th place can be the one that makes all the difference. You know, a car claiming 10th, a car getting 11th place even. That could be the thing that does make all the difference in a team adventure. If you get the team's balance right and the car's working right and so on, yeah, that is why I do enjoy these this game mode, the way we work this. Unfortunately for us, just watching, one of our cars has plummeted down. No, it's all gone wrong for red team again. We are so close in these, but it just, we can't quite hold it together through the whole race to make it work. Yeah, I don't know what happened to AK with that Skyline. It's just gone to the bottom of the pack, and we will not get enough points. I mean, we have had a fairly uneventful time up the front here. So there's a good battle going on for second between the Austin and the Porsche. It'd be nice if the Porsche could get it. Not that it's going to matter, I don't think. We've got too many points away. Yeah, it was close. It was a big fight. There's a very exciting battle for second. My Fair Lady was just very good around there. My Fair Lady was just a very, very good car at that circuit and able to run away, stay out of trouble. We got close, but it all went awry in that final couple of laps, and in the end, yeah, it is not going to be enough. Well, we very, very much need to win the next round, as red team is going to go 2-0 down. So, we head next to the Edinburgh Station Circuit, a fairly small technical track around the city centre. Power cars perhaps will prefer this to some of the possible layouts. While, yes, it is not exactly, you know, a massively fast circuit, at least there are some acceleration zones that they might be able to work around here. The sprite is something I'm concerned about. While top end is small on that car, much like its overall size, the acceleration is incredibly mighty. It's just a very light car. It's probably the least powerful car in this pack, or certainly one of them. Wow, it really is the Fair Lady Brigade up at the front this time around. Game, you're doing a terrible job of randomising grids here. Really not doing a very good job of randomising the old grid, but never mind. Yeah, that sprite is going to be a real one to watch, because, yeah, while it might have, I think it's about 180 horsepower in that, it is so very light. My Fair Lady is very light as well, 1,900 pounds going on, which, when you have 230 horsepower, yeah, the car's pretty damn fast, but the sprite is even lighter than this, so that's going to be one to watch out for. I don't want to get stuck. One of the things that seems to always happen to me at this circuit is I have a quick car and I get stuck in traffic. And trying to make a pass stick always proves difficult. And then I end up throwing it in the wall at some point, often out of frustration. We have a good run down this back straight, mind. Can we get this to work up the inside of the final corner? It looks like, a little too deep by me. Almost got it to work. The cutback is on from the green car. We will have to give it space through the first corner. This is not doing the whole run away from everything job that I was hoping for, but we are now clear. Oh. It was tough work, that one. That one was tough work, but we have got the pass done. We have got our Skyline is up in third. Now, if that can trouble a certain sprite for a while, that would be excellent. I think we're going to have company, though, for this. We're going to have to work for this one. It's not going to be like AMBLESIDE, when once we got to the lead we just ran away here. We're going to have to defend, and defend quite heavily down here. Where is that? Oh, big oversteer from the car behind me. That is the sort of thing that I want to see. Points are all very jumbled up. The teams are incredible. In fact, we've got a perfect split at the moment of the teams in terms of jumbled up positions. It's not going to be close enough to have a dive down there. Not in B-class cars that are as similar as these are. That is not a close enough to have a look sort of a position. Nowhere near. Because you'd have to brake so much later you'd never make the corner, because our cars are not that different. Sure, in B-class, sometimes you'll build cars very differently, but with the set of rules we have here, and considering we are driving the same car with the same tyres and probably tyre every. Yeah, you're just not going to have that level of an advantage. So it's back to 50 points in it. We could do with it being a little bit more comfortable for us. Would be nice. Oh, now we've lost it. Oh, come on, we need the battles further back to go our way. I'm doing everything I can. I mean, it does once again look like the Fair Ladies are the cars to have in many ways here. We are pulling away, and the Sprite's got up to third, although it's stuck fighting, which works out for me okay. I guess it can stay busy back there fighting with the Skyline. Of course, the Sprite's difficulty is being such a tiny car and all a handling car. If you do get stuck behind something bigger and heavier, very, very annoying at times. I've been there many a time with my own vehicles, or you just get stuck in those infuriating battles of a car, out-accelerates you every chance it gets, and you get stuck behind it in the corners. With the Sprite, I think, the acceleration of the Sprite is very decent, so that has now got clear. I don't know whether it's not probably going to have time to catch up to me, thankfully. We don't have enough points. We only need, we need to be able to get, a couple, just a couple more positions further back. That's all we need. I don't know how close things are. This is the downside. As much as it's fantastic when you get these incredibly close battles and it is a fight for 10th that will decide the adventure, there's also nothing I can do. I'm doing absolutely everything I can. However, this is all kind of pretty much out of my hands now. We've got to hope that someone further back can make some progress. If a blue team car misses a checkpoint, especially this turn 1 checkpoint, that's the most easily missed, but either of those, to be fair, through there are quite easily missed. That could be what decides it. We haven't actually, I should definitely not say that, because I know what the commentator is like. I haven't actually seen that much in the way of missed checkpoints so far. We've gone even further back the wrong way. Oh no. Red team, we're falling apart. We do this every race so far. We have a really strong start. It's looking really promising. And then as the race progresses, it just slowly crumbles. We slowly lose all of the points that we have and can never quite gain enough. Don't let that be the story of today. We're not comfortable in the lead here. We're not comfortable. We're not going to be in a position where Scotty will have a dive, but we are not miles and miles ahead. One mistake would still sink us. We'll take out the lamppost, drop a lamppost on Scotty. We will cross the line, taking victory. Now, unless a miracle happens on this final lap, it does not look like we're going to have enough points in all of this. Chris comes home in 4th with that Skyline. Ninetales gets 5th with the Dino. Looks like we're going to get a 6th place, but we really needed sort of 6th, 7th and 8th perhaps, or something. We needed more. We needed some better finishing positions. It won't be enough for us again. So close. So close. I'm loving my car. I'm very much loving my car, but just cannot quite make it work well enough for our team. And there we have it. Well, blue team will win a 3-0 victory for them. However, Forza will make us keep going. So, for honour, we shall try and get at least one round win. So, up next, we head to the Broadway Village Scramble. Now, this is a place event that is perhaps one of the more power-related circuits. It's, one long straight and a small little jaunt through the dirt. I mean, the Fair Lady will probably still be pretty good. It does seem to work. I suspect the Dino and the Skyline will cause me grief if I end up behind them, because I can't quite deal with their speed. If the Skyline's ahead of me, that's fine. That's a teammate. The Dino gets ahead of me, which it probably will. That's not so good. The Skyline gets a terrible launch, interestingly. I mean, it will get going. It will, have more speed than me. Likewise, the Dino doesn't get off the line particularly well. The Fair Lady, it has got very big tyres, so, perhaps not so surprising to see that this vehicle get off the grid as well as it does. And once more, the positions I've made up from however far back I was. That is a crazy start from this car. It's a fantastic start. We were, 10th on the grid? And we have jumped our way up already to 3rd. Now, the Sprite is likely to be fast, but I don't think it's very good on the dirt. Which is, I can imagine, there's a lot of power in a car, a lot of power to weight ratios, a lot of power, very little weight on tiny tyres. Oh, blue team are everywhere up here. Red team, assemble please. A little better than you have been doing so far. We need more red cars. We need more red cars up at the front. We're going to give a little boop to a Sprite. Might have been a little bit bigger a boop than I've realised. Oh no, now that Dino is going to go past, I think. I mean, I could have gone across and put it, well, I wouldn't have put it in the wall, of course. I could have blocked it a bit more, but it would just gone the other side of me. It doesn't really matter. I think this track will be for the Dino's liking. I'm really surprised to see the Skyline having struggled. Maybe the Skyline really dislikes the dirt. Dislikes the dirt. There we go. I'll get the sentence correct eventually. Possibly that is the case. Might come good. Hopefully it'll come good later on in the race. We need something to go our way at some point. Oh, that's a wall. Don't mind me. I'll just brush along that one. Unfortunately, with 3 blue cars currently in the top 4, this is going to be a hell of a long way back for us. Maybe not impossible, but it's going to be tough. If we can keep 2 blue cars at the bottom, it might actually be doable. Especially, I reckon I've got the faster fair lady up here. I reckon mine is the slightly better car. We saw at the Edinburgh circuit, I out-dragged the green car, certainly. So if we can manage to make that stick, it wouldn't be enough for us to win on its own. We would need 8th, is what we would need. It would come down to, can we get an 8th place, and can we hold off the battle for 10th. It's weird when this is what the team adventures are coming down to, but it's just how this one is working out. I have to get second, and we have to get something further back. The Sprite, I don't think quite likes this circuit as much as the first track. I think there's a little too much dirt for the Sprite, perhaps, to really excel around here. Where are we going? If we're going to find a pass, where am I going to do it? And I've got to do it quick if I have any chance of beating the Dino. I think realistically, I can't really get the Fiat. Oh, there goes the Sprite. No, bugger! I really didn't need that. It's the tiniest of taps from the little Austin. And that puts me sideways. I'm going to have a look. It wasn't really even sideways. It just slowed my exit. The smallest amount as they were trying to get alongside. Okay, well, we've got... Well, the good news is we've got 8th. The problem is we lost 10th now, and I've still not got 2nd. Well, I think the Sprite might have ended up on the grass or the exit of the final corner, and that's dropped back. Bugger. Come on. Come on, we need to get that offensive... Well, almost offensively green car. It's quite offensively green. How late dare we break down here? Still actually a little early, I think, but I can't. I don't want to risk. I don't know this circuit very well. We don't drive around this circuit all that often. I can't almost risk too much more in terms of a dive because I really can't afford to miss a checkpoint. You know, I can't afford to clonk the wall and lose out to the Sprite. I'd rather be a smidge early on the brakes and perhaps, you know, a 10th or 2 slightly slower through a corner than the ultimate pace, if it means we make sure we make that corner. Oh, Scotty got a big wobble. That was a huge wobble for the green car. I don't know whether that was hitting a curb or something. That lost a lot of speed on that section. We have got the position, I say that I needed. Realistically, the best I think I can get here. I think that Dino's too fast. We need... Oh, don't do this, not again. No, this has been the cruelest team adventure. I mean, I'm looking at the map, the track map. It's not going to happen, I don't think. We haven't got anyone close enough unless a blue team car misses a checkpoint. Unless a blue team car misses a checkpoint, I don't think we've got anyone close enough to be able to take a position away. Ninetales will struggle on the dirt. I'll catch, but it won't matter because I can't pass that car. Even if I pass the car, it won't matter because they'll out-drag me towards the start-finish line, and I don't think I'm not quick enough on the dirt that overall, yeah, I will get closer, but it will never be anywhere close to enough. Bugger. And then we've lost a place further back as well. This has been... Oh, we've regained it. Don't let it be 50 points, god damn it. Come on, fair lady, we can't do any more. I don't know what happened to the Sprite. That's fallen all the way back from this group. I might have got into trouble at some point, because that was, yeah, right behind me. At one stage of this race. Yeah, that Sprite is actually maybe in a small bit of trouble from, well, maybe. I mean, it's going to be coming down to the Dino, the Porsche, the Skyline. If something can get past the Sprite on the run to the line, That would be very good indeed, and it might depend on how that goes. Can we get 4th away from the Sprite towards the line? That's what matters now, I guess. And we can't even see it. We're just watching the leaderboards to see. No, we couldn't do it. 50 points. 50 points is what did it, unless Spinny Planet misses a checkpoint. And it doesn't look, as I say, it doesn't look likely. I think they're a long way ahead of Noz, and there we have it. 50 points in it. I did it again, once more. I did absolutely everything I could. And it just was not quite enough. Come on, once more for honour and everything. Well, this is it really for Red Team Honour. It's been a thoroughly good adventure. It might be 4-0, however, that does not really tell the full story of this adventure, and I'm all the way at the bloody back. I have a horrible feeling this will also probably not quite be the circuit for my car. I like this track very much. I think it's one of my favourites of the actual game circuits. It isn't one... I say it's not one that this car is particularly going to work at. You do need a bit of straight line speed here, and mine's okay, but it's probably not. It's not quite going to be up with the Dino, I fear. And I might be wrong, of course, because while yes, you do need a good amount of straight line speed here, there is also some of these very nasty corners. Oh, that's a fun place to go out of ghost mode. I do apologise, Kit. Not at all where we really wanted to be unghosted. Now, the Aston Martin might work quite nicely here, possibly, if it has got enough handling to get away with all this. The Aston Martin looks a pain in the arse to drive, and this is the problem we've got, is that off the line... Is it off the line? The 18 cars? The red team cars all seem to plummet to the back, and then we have a lot of work to do to try and recover. We just can't recover quite well enough. That Aston does not look fun. And we've got, we've got from the back to second in the first lap. That's how fast my vehicle is. That's not enough. That's not enough. I could have got from the back to first. It's not enough. We need some more cars to climb through. Now, the whole pack is close together at least, which is something. You know, that is some good news. How far I can be a lot faster through turn 1. I mean, I'm a little concerned about being too brave, of course. Missing the checkpoints at turn 1 is very easy to do. The Sprite is also pretty quick through all of that, so we're going to have a race on our hands. That much is for sure. Red team, we've got a little better up the order. We still need more, of course, but we are a little better up the order. Unfortunately, I don't think Proto's going to be able to take that Fair Lady for that position. We really need a 4th if we can't get more than one red car on a podium. We can't let 3 blue cars into the top 4 if we want to have a hope of winning. Yeah, we are pulling, I think, a little bit more away from the Sprite. Oh, how we do it? Yeah, not great is the answer. Bugger. I don't think we're going to get an honourable point somehow. I don't think it's going to happen. Oh, not if I do that. Okay, that was too fast that time around. That was too much bravery. Yeah, I can't catch the Dino. Dino's gone. I did think this might be a little bit too tall an ask for my car. However, second. Again, if I can pick up the maximum amount of points, it's possible for me. We just have to hope elsewhere goes our way. Sadly, it doesn't look like it yet. You never know. There is still time. It's a little bit more spread out than you want back there. There is still some time. You know, we're still slightly... It's going to be a hoping for a missed checkpoint. Ninetales is very, very close to missing one of these. I mean, that would be the ideal, let's be honest here. The blue car leading the race misses the checkpoint, gets dropped back down into sort of 8th or so position. That would be the dream. It's not going to happen, but it would be the dream turn of events. I've got to worry about a Austin that's got closer on that particular lap. Yeah, because that thing is pretty damn rapid down the old straights. That was more like it through the first corner. We might have to defend though, because that thing is very fast through that first corner. I'll kind of hug the inside because you really don't get much in the way of options for overtaking. That won't be good for me, although yeah, you don't get many options for overtaking around this circuit. Where the Austin had got some speed, where it was looking at trying to go around the outside of me, for an example, again, we will force that car, very noisy car, to have to try and go the long way around up here, and if it can do the first part, it'll be on the inside through here, which is great for it, but then you've got to go the long way around this next corner, which it just cannot quite do, although now it's that drag racing time towards the start-finish line. I'm really surprised that hasn't run out of straight line speed yet, you know. I'm really surprised that hasn't run out of straight line speed at 120. I mean, we are going to make them go the long way round turn one. We'll give them a fair amount of space, because, you know, we're not going to run the pink car off of the road. That will be a hold on, but only just hold on to second for me, and we're going to have to do that for the remainder of this race, unfortunately. Now, we are better at least through all of that this time around, and I think the Sprite might be too far back. Trying to think of the final corner. No, it's still quite close. And as we saw last time, if it does try something and it can make it stick, it will out-drag us to the line. So we're going to have to... Oh, it's got in too deep. The Sprite's overcooked it in the braking zone. It will be faster than me, but I don't think it's quite that much faster than me now. Good effort, though. Tell you what, that was a hell of an effort. Again, another absolutely fantastic race. Absolutely brilliant race. Won't be enough for Red Team, though. A highly entertaining race will not be enough to save Red Team from, sadly, a 5-0 defeat. However, yeah, it is a little harsh. We got very close on multiple occasions. We got very close on a number of occasions. We just couldn't quite get enough cars high enough positions, basically. So, there we go. There we go. Am I slightly disappointed? Yeah. However, I'm very happy with my car. That FailRace is a really nice vehicle to drive. Worked just about everywhere. The more technical circuits, it was probably the fastest car there. The slightly more open circuits, the Dino was the better car to go for. We put up a good fight. We absolutely obliterated everybody at AMBLESIDE. I think the Dino could have probably could have given us a challenge there had it not made some sort of error. But yeah, I very much like the FailRace. Unfortunately, that particular adventure did not quite go our way. That, though, is going to be it for this video. If you would like to take part in the next one of these, you can sign up via our forums. There'll be a link in the description of this video. Find the FailRace versus the community section, and you can sign up in there. However, that shall be it from me. Until next time, a goodbye.